Rumors are that allegedly Robyn is fighting desperately to save her job behind the scenes at Real Housewives of Potomac. Can she pull it off? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about. And it centers around rumors that allegedly Robyn is fighting desperately to save her job at Real Housewives of Potomac. Can she pull it off? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more. And here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Robyn is fighting hard behind the scenes to save her job and is mostly enlisting OG housewives for help. The source continued. Robyn has allegedly been trying to save her job at Real Housewives of Potomac by enlisting some cast members to speak up for her on her behalf. Allegedly, she has asked two OG housewives for help to campaign for her to keep her job. But surprisingly, Gizelle isn't one. Rumors are that Robyn has been feeding the two OGs their talking points when speaking to producers. One talking point is trying to convince producers that Robyn is good for the group dynamic. An alleged second selling point is that Robyn has promised to open up more about her marriage next season if brought back. Sources say that only one of the OG housewives has taken the bait, while the other OG is still on the fence. So the question is, can Robyn save her job, or is it too late? Well, industry insiders say it appears it may be too late for Robyn to save her spot on the show. Allegedly, producers are absolutely done with her and her antics. The insider continued, Robyn was already seen as replaceable for her boring and repetitive storylines. However, it was mostly Gizelle who kept her on the show due to her producing role. However, now all of that has changed. Since Gizelle is also in the hot seat with the network and producers, Robyn may be in for big trouble, ended the source. Also, said another source, Robyn has something else big fighting against her return as well. Apparently, most of the remaining cast are indifferent about her returning. No one outside of one original housewife seems to really care if she returns. So Robyn may be fighting a losing battle. Many of the women, said the source, feel betrayed by Robyn and Gizelle, but by mostly Robyn for the way she was so quick to cast the first stone on other people's marriages while living in a glass house of her own. All sources agree that Robyn has found herself where most housewives try not to be, and that's on an island to herself. With Andy, the network, and producers all allegedly wiping their hands clean of Robyn, it seems like it's going to take her a lot of hard work selling more hats if she wants to maintain her financial stability in Potomac. Now, kinfolk, when I got this rumor across my desk, I wasn't surprised because this has been something that I've been told has been going on behind the scenes since all of this news broke about Wont's infidelity and about Robyn hiding it along with Gizelle. But Robyn has managed to do something in the midst of all of this, as my sources say, is not a good sign and not a good place for her to be. And it's here. My sources are saying that Robyn has really found herself on an island unto herself. And that's not a great place to be when you're trying to campaign yourself to be on a show. A lot of housewives try to make nice at the end of each season with some of the housewives so they can keep the door of filming opportunities open. Because as we all know, these housewives have a thing of icing out certain housewives if they feel like they have been mistreated by them, or simply they're just not feeling them anymore on the show. So with that being said, it seems as if Robyn may have that fighting against her. Also, my sources are telling me that some of the housewives are kind of afraid, allegedly, to even speak out on Robyn's behalf. One, out of fear of upsetting the network and producers, making it seem as if they are aligning themselves with Robyn. Also, a lot of the housewives, from my sources are telling me, are a little bit afraid of sticking beside Robyn during this time, simply because they don't want to frustrate other fans. Because what my sources telling me that a lot of what and the reason why producers in the network have seemed to come down on Robyn so hard is because the public sentiment about Robyn has changed. We saw this shift in the way that a lot of the Housewives of Potomac fans saw Robyn last season when she came after Wendy and Eddie's marriage. And so she was already kind of on shaky grounds with a lot of fans. However, this season, seeing Robyn doing the same thing and knowing that she was hiding her own marriage infidelities, my sources are saying that that's when they saw a big swing in fans from being on the fence about Robyn to totally abandoning Robyn as a cast member on the show. So that's why you see, from my sources are saying, the producers feel so comfortable with fact-checking Robyn throughout this reunion and making her really look bad. Now, kinfolk, the second part of this room that I do find very interesting, but is kind of apparent in all of this, is this. It seems as if Robyn just simply had no clear plan going into this new season of Real Housewives of Potomac. And it seems as if Robyn really should have dogged this out more than what she did. Robyn really should have just come clean with Juan's infidelity on the Mexico trip, simply because that is when Karen kind of touched on it a little bit. And my sources are saying that that was a missed opportunity. Also, my sources are telling me that allegedly it was Gizelle who told her not to dig in or catch the bait or take the bait when Karen, or if Karen or any of the other ladies brought it to her, which at the time seemed like that would have been a great idea if you were trying to save face. But now you're in the position of trying to save your position and your spot on the show, and hiding the information does not seem like the right thing to have done in that time. So what we're looking at is we're seeing Robyn with no clear plan of action, which is not surprising. Robyn should have really thought this thing out a little bit more, and she could have used the infidelity as a storyline for next season. And that way, everyone can say, you know what, Robyn finally has a good storyline. Let's see how the ladies are going to interact with her, knowing that one had infidelities, and seeing how her and Gizelle were so heavy and so gun-ho on the other ladies' husbands and cheating allegations. Let's see how that plays out with the group dynamic. That seemed like that should have been the route that Robyn took. However, that's not the route that she wanted to take, all because of ego. Now, kinfolk, the second part or third part of this rumor that is very telling and kind of surprising about how Robyn has lost some big support, and it's this. My sources are saying that Robyn lost her biggest cheerleaders and they simply abandoned her, and that's Andy and Gizelle. First with Andy, it seems as if, Andy has been fighting for the past couple of seasons of all Housewives shows, of trying to rebuild up his credibility as not having favorites, as not being so lopsided when he comes after certain housewives. And it seems as if he's been trying really hard to change that perception that the public has of him. And Robyn, from my sources have been telling me, knew this. And she knew that allegedly that Andy was trying to change the whole perception of favorite housewives or being lenient here and lenient there. And it seems as if Robyn put Andy in a very bad predicament, because it almost seems as if maybe Andy also knew that Robyn was hiding his infidelity and went along with it. Now, my sources are saying that Andy, like the rest of us, had no clue that Juan was cheating. But however, it does look bad when you consider, and a lot of people consider this, Gizelle as a producing partner with the rest of the producers. So if Andy is somewhat affiliated with the producers and Gizelle knows about this, it could have been a way where this was common knowledge behind the scenes and everyone colluded together and keeping it behind the scenes and keeping this fidelity away from the cameras. Now, my sources are saying that that's a possibility, while other sources and industry insiders are saying that no one absolutely knew. But whatever the case is, Robyn Robyn hiding his infidelity was just a bad look for the producers, and it made them seem really not on their job, or really not capable of producing the show well, and it made them look pretty incompetent. Also, my sources are telling me that Robyn has lost a big cheerleader with Gizelle. And I think that's mostly because Gizelle has also found herself in a hot seat with hiding this infidelity and also peddling it on their podcast for a fee. So with that being said, Gizelle really isn't in a position to where she can defend or help Robyn keep her job at the moment. Now, kinfolk, the last part of this rumor that I find very interesting is something that my sources are telling me that the network producers and some of the other housewives are just not buying it when it comes to Robyn's pleas to keep her job. And it's this. Allegedly, a lot of the ladies, including producers in the network, do not believe it when Robyn says if she comes back next year, she's going to be more open about her marriage and her relationship and about Want's infidelities. Now, a lot of the ladies, from my sources are telling me, feel as if Robyn is simply not going to open up in the way that they need her to open up in order to make next season more interesting, to make her storyline more interesting. And they look at past precedents where Robyn has talked about infidelities, but Wont has blown up about it, and they kind of just cut the conversation off. And the only person she feels comfortable with talking about this is Gizelle. And historically, Gizelle has not asked her those tough questions that us, the viewers, want to know. So with that being said, a lot of people feel like Robyn is just not going to open up and give producers, the network, and the cast what they need in order to change this dynamic around of housewives getting together and keeping parts of their lives away from the cameras. Now, what my sources are citing is that the fact that allegedly Wont has made it just adamantly clear that he's not discussing the infidelities anymore, and he cannot discuss any lawsuits with the school about his former athlete. And I can understand why. Wont is in a very shaky legal position right now. Even though we know that he's not allegedly being sued for what happened, it's still shaky legal grounds, and I would imagine Wont pretty much wants to stay low and not bring any unnecessary attention to himself. However, if you are Robyn and you're trying to campaign to get your job back, and one of your selling points is allegedly you're going to open up your marriage and your life up to the cameras and up to the viewers more than you ever have done in the past, then it makes it really hard for Wont to really lay low. So that's why I feel like producers in the network and the ladies allegedly feel like Robyn is really not going to open up the way she says she is going to open up next season. So with that being said, it seems like there's a big trust issue with Robyn that's pretty much keeping her from staying on the show. And also rightfully so, because this is something that historically Robyn and Gizelle have been doing for quite some time now. Now, kinfolk, all of this is alleged information and speculations and rumors. However, I want to know what you guys feel. Do you think that Robyn should keep her job and that the other OG housewives should fight for her to keep her job because she's good with the group dynamic? Or do you think Robyn's storyline and her story arc on the show has just come to a complete end and that she's no longer needed on the show? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.